Hi everyone. So it's really nice to be able to recognise so many faces of people who have been involved in ROSA, not only during the Time for Choice campaign, but for the past 5 years. ROSA and each and every of the people who attend meetings, organised at stalls, canvassed or on the abortion pill buses and trains, all played a crucial part in winning a protest legislation. ROSA had confidence and faith in ordinary people, in young women and members of the LGBTQ community who, since the marriage equality referendum and the death of Savita, were and still are full of anger and desire to change the oppressive conditions under which they live. ROSA was built in 2013 and started campaigning with a pro-choice position from the very beginning, when at the same time, others were arguing that it was too radical, that we needed to take one step at a time to repeal first, and then maybe in the future work on getting full abortion rights. But after the protests following Savita's death, ROSA saw an opportunity. We knew that the building of a mass movement could overthrow dinosaurs' ideas in the doll, and when not only repeal rapidly, but a pro-choice legislation too, because abortions were and are part of people's reality, even though the church and the state had been hiding them for a long time. And we were right. In only 5 years' time, the grassroots movements of young and working class people pushed the government to a stage where they could not ignore us anymore. And the role that ROSA had played with the abortion pill buses led the genie out of the bottle. The first bus was organised in 2014. The purpose of such an action was to uncover the reality about abortions and end the open secret that abortions were happening no matter what. So it was about time that they'd become free, safe, and legal. TDs and representatives who had stood against repealing or against the pro-choice legislation had no other choice but to change their mind. They proposed that if yes was won, a pro-choice legislation would be implemented. People knew that. And yes was won, with 66.4% of the votes, so it was clear that people didn't want restrictions. And the repeal movement was followed internationally. The success of the referendum was a boost of courage and tenacity for young people in Ireland, who are more confident in their power than they ever were before, but also for Argentinian and Polish women whose battles are still to be won on the issue of abortion rights. And we in Ireland got inspiration from their struggles too. And our first speaker today, Rita Harold, ROSA organizer, is just back from the United States, where she was invited to speak by activists who were inspired by the repeal referendum here in Ireland. They wanted to know about our struggle, to learn from it so they can keep fighting their own. So in a minute, she'll be introducing what Kavanagh's appointment to the Supreme Court means for women and the LGBTQ community and working class people especially. She'll be talking about the threat of Roe versus Wade being overturned, but also about how abortion rights were historically won through struggle and how they can be fought for again, through struggle again. Then Harper Cliffs, member of ROSA and originally from the US, will be speaking about how Trump got elected, what he and his presidency represent. Then she'll introduce whether there is a potential for building an independent left over there to break down from the two main parties of billionaires, Republicans and Democrats, who have not been supporting, representing, or leading the majority of ordinary people's rights and needs for quite a while. And finally, Thomas White, ROSA member and co-founder of Trans Pride Dublin, will be talking about the situation of trans people in the United States, who are being targeted by Trump's government and supporters through hateful speeches, hateful crimes, and possibly very soon hateful laws. After they will speak, I'll open the floor to comments and questions, and I think it'd be great if people would comment on their own struggles back home, because I know there are a lot of international people in the room here, and that'd be great to hear about what's happening in your own countries that could be relevant to the discussion. And Rita will eventually come back at the end to answer questions that might not have been answered through the discussions or just to make some final points.